The opinions and comments expressed in this podcast are solely those of the students and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of sjspr.radio or St. John's School.
Hi, you're tuning in to sjspr Radio for a special edition of Senior Talks, where we will dive into the minds of our senior Staffulty moms to discuss the ins and outs of school life and real life. I am your host, Nissa Cardona, the Admissions Director here at St. John's School, and proud mother of senior Alyssa Ríos. Joining me today are two other Staffulty senior moms, Secondary Division English Teacher Monique Heiser, Gabriel Calero's mom.
Good morning.
And senior and science teacher Lyaned Rivera, Eliana Candelario's mom.
Hi, everyone.
We're so happy to be with you here today. The three of us have something very special in common. Not only do we work at St. John's School, but we've also raised our children here. In this episode, we'll be shedding light on what our experience has been for us and for our kids. Our goal is to provide valuable insights and perspective to the parents of upcoming seniors as we discuss the joys, challenges, and lessons we've learned along the way. Monique, let's start with you. First, tell us a bit about yourself and the dynamics of balancing work and parenthood.
Wow. Balancing work and parenthood. Okay, so I've been here at St. John's for 20 years.
I've seen that.
20 years. And my son arrived since pre-K. So it's been, oh, and look, that's a cute little picture of Gabriel in pre-K. And it's been a journey, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a juggling act. It's not about just the fact that we're teachers, right? Because, there's always the thing, but you're a mom, but you're also a teacher. So, you must have this down, right? You're the expert. But no, it's a learning process, just like everything else. As the years have passed and Gabriel has gotten older, I've had to shift certain dynamics and adjust them and compartmentalizing being a teacher versus being a mom in the same working space because it's not easy.
Right. And Leah, for you?
Well, I have been here for almost 10 years. Eliana started here in St. John's when she was in 4th grade. Right now I'm the science department chair. And working with Eliana since 4th grade, as Monique mentioned, it's a journey. It has been a journey. I have seen her grown. I have been able to be with her in different school activities, which is kind of great for me. To see her growth not only as a person, I saw her growth as a student, which is very difficult. But it has been a wonderful and amazing journey, and I wouldn't have changed it.
What about you?
I think it's kind of on the same line. I've been here 14 years at St. John's, all the time in the admissions office, and Alyssa got here when she was in 6th grade. So she'd been to to other private schools before that. And I think one of the hardest things has been separating mom and administrator in this case. So she knew that although mom was at school, it was her responsibility, even more so, I think, to be a good student and be a good friend, because mommy wasn't going to help her necessarily. Just because I work here doesn't mean you get any additional perks or anything like that. So I think separating the mommy versus school employee was an interesting dynamic. And at the same time, I think some of the things that we were blessed, and I think we've mentioned it all, is being able to partake in a lot of the activities that our kids have been in. So in no other profession, if education, right, and being at the same school that your kids are at, do you get to witness, your children and their successes, and also be there for them when they don't do well on a test and they don't, they've missed the homework, and kind of coaching them. So I think that's been one of the perks and downfalls of working at St. John's.
I think you mentioned something really interesting, which to me makes me think of one of the biggest challenges of being a mom that is a teacher in the same school or an administrator at the same school as your kid. For them, the biggest challenge for Gabriel over the years, I think, was separating the idea that I can't come to mom. I can't come to mom whenever I need her. Oh, but I want to come to mom when I need her.
Right.
And for me, being able to separate and distance myself from those who were the teachers of my child while I was in the hallways and doing my work. That's been probably one of the biggest challenges that over the years I felt. And now it just feels a little bit of a relief.
Yeah. I think the difference between is that Alyssa obviously had previous school settings, so it was like a rule, as soon as we got in. But yeah, it's been awesome, I think, to be with them and accompany them.
Yeah.
Any unique challenges or triumphs that, your kids have overcome that you've been able to assist them with or while being here at St. John's School? Leah?
I don't know. I think, dealing with teenagers, they're changing hormones, and having to go through that in the house, but also in school is kind of a very interesting experience. I don't know about you.
No, I think that in terms of challenges, as I said, probably the idea that growing up around the same surroundings where it feels like a second home, your mom is there. But there have been so many amazing things that Gabriel has done over the years, having opportunities to perform in the school plays and the assemblies that they would do in the elementary, going on all the different field trips and having all the being in the student council, those things that he has challenged himself with that have also allowed him to grow as a student here. And then transitioning into secondary, which was a big change. I don't know. I mean, you probably felt that. Yes. There was a big change from elementary to secondary. And it's more independence. And how do we juggle the independence? And I want to wear my AirPods all day while I'm at the cafeteria. But no, you need to socialize. Those kinds of challenges as they developed. And then pandemic, going on distance learning. I don't know.
I think for sure these kids have been super resilient because of that. So major Puerto Rico challenges that they've been able to adapt to.
Pandemic, earthquakes,
hurricanes, just to name a few. I think also one of the biggest challenges has been the college process for us as senior moms. I'll be honest with you, I studied here in Puerto Rico, so I studied in Lyaned. We had never gone through the process of applying for college stateside schools, and therefore for us it was something completely new. Kudos to Natalie Doron, our college counseling, because had it not been for her, I don't know, what we'd have done, especially that I had no idea that there was multiple time frames where early decision, regular decision, and all those cutoff dates. So, we started off the year with a really big bang in regards to college process. Did you guys also feel the same way?
Definitely, and Iraida also help out too with the students that were going to the University of Puerto Rico. So we're really thankful to Natalie and Iraida.
Yeah, for sure. For the entire team.
I think that as a parent, being a teacher, as I said, people think that because you're in the school, you know everything that's going on and how you're going to take care of everything. But I was going through it the same way that all the other parents were going through it. I didn't know many of the deadlines. I didn't know, and then Natalie Doron comes in and allows us to be, well informed. But it's nerve-wracking. The reality is that I think that as a parent, one of the things that helped me the most was to trust in what the school was guiding us toward, but also in allowing my son to choose what he wanted. And for me, that's really important, that where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Because a lot of them go in not even knowing. They haven't really thought about it. What do I want to be? Do I really have to know what I want to be? And the thing is that a lot of them don't. Yeah. And I think that was one of the biggest realizations for us, is that, wow, we were going online to see all these universities, and there were so many college majors that I had never heard of. Right. So allowing them to understand that it's okay if you don't know, and the parents to understand it's okay that they don't know. Yeah. And I think that we had a lot of support here in the school with that they told us it's a process, take it easy. Natalie was there to hold our hand the whole time, and trusting that process, that it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
In addition to trusting the school, I think another important thing is have the conversations perhaps in the summer with your kids, or that, the ending of the 11th grade.
Yes.
Because it wasn't until August started that me and Alyssa went at it like full speed ahead. Whereas perhaps had we had the conversations a little bit more in detail about the same thing that you just mentioned, all the options. Where in the States are we looking to go? What are the majors that you're narrowing down on? Although, in her case, she's been very clear with musical theater and performing arts and theater and history. Have the conversations earlier, where that'll definitely help the process when you go into it.
Yeah, having the conversations early also help to start narrowing down colleges.
Right.
And they start with a list of like over 20 colleges. And no, but you need to know what you're looking at and why you're looking at it. And that communication with the parent and the student, I think, is really important. But also knowing, okay, they're going to be fine. Wherever they end up, they're going to be fine, which is one of the things that I had to learn the most in that process of waiting to see if they're going to get accepted or not.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but wherever the student ends up, they're going to be fine. And so that was a big deal for me.
And it is okay to be undecided. Now you can enter you can enter college, universities undecided. And when I was studying in the University of Puerto Rico, I entered because I wanted to be a psychiatrist, but I ended up volunteering for a program. I didn't like it, so I changed to environmental science and then teaching. So that was one of the best decisions ever. So it is okay to have that option to enter undecided. And it's like you said, Monique, everything is going to be okay.
Yeah.
The parents need to understand that it's a process. It's there. I know that we as parents, we get nervous, but the students are going to be okay. We need to trust the process, and we're very lucky here in St. John's that we have the counseling program all through secondary school, that they have been guiding them, helping them, and they're going to be for them to support them. So as we as parents.
Was applying to UPR, like the process, was it a little more seamless than applying to the States? I mean, is it something that's just more?
Definitely, she didn't have to write all the essays, so she was more relaxed in that sense. But it was kind of stressful to wait for the results, the application process, and then wait for the results.
Yes.
But it was amazing,
Yeah.
a great experience.
I also think that the kids were very lucky here in the school to have the teachers that they had.
Yeah.
The opportunities that these kids are afforded because of the things that they're taught in the classrooms. All throughout the years, little by little, it just starts to come together.
For sure.
And you see it in the culmination in that final year. And I think that that's a blessing.
Yeah, I think I use the example of, in my admissions world a lot, that my daughter has never been inclined towards mathematics, right? So her passion has been more so history. So out of her 6 AP classes, she's taken 4 that are related to history. So St. John's really does that, where they'll target in on what the student, first of all, they'll present them with all these options, right? And then they allow for each student to then define exactly what they're interested in and to be able to pursue that. So, math wasn't her thing, but she complied with it, and then she was able to fully dedicate herself in what she was interested in. In fact, once we got to St. John's, we basically didn't have to do anything in regards to performing arts and theater and out of school. So St. John's was not only her academic, safe haven, it was her theatric safe haven. This is where she did everything.
Yes.
So thespians, performing arts, musicals,
Yeah.
you name it, and she was fulfilled there also in that sense. So that's one of the things that I take with me of how thankful I am about, her studying here at St. John's. So.
And let's not forget the moments that really, strike a chord, like in the junior year, the fashion show.
Yeah.
Where I have a beautiful...
There you
I
go.
think that's Gabriel's favorite moment in his high school year, was being able to be at that fashion. They all start off like, the fashion show. No, I'm not dressing up. But then in the end, they all wanted, And then in the junior year, there's the ring ceremony as well. Those pivotal moments in their journey where you start to see them not as little kids anymore. They start to look like young women and young men, and it's incredible to see when you have that kind of aha moment where you go, I don't have a baby anymore.
Right.
But I think that the school does such a great job in transitioning them through those moments. Because it's fun moments, but they're key moments that they look forward to and that they really enjoy. So for me, it's just been surreal to know that it's over.
Yeah. Leah, one of your funnest moments here with Eliana?
There are many, but I think I treasure the musicals.
Yeah.
Because she's very into drama and singing. But I wanted to mention that, there is a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, and St. John's School has been the village for me. My colleagues, the Staffulty, every member of St. John's at any point has been part of my daughter, raising my daughter, and I'm really, truly, truly thankful for that. And I want to appreciate, want to have this moment to appreciate that they have been an essential part of bringing my daughter, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah. I agree.
Yes, my son loved your class.
Thank
he
you.
did. He still remembers that so well. And he would always talk in the corners, but he loved having you as a teacher. And it makes such a difference when you have a great teacher that supports your child. And so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always tell Alyssa, whoever loves you, I love. So kudos to our, all of our teachers. And I think it goes above and beyond the teachers. Like, we're all very close to each other, and we've all been supportive to each other as parents, and also as the parents as adults to each other, and then also to our children. So,
and not just the teachers, but like you, for example, in this last year, when Gabriel was also going through that process of similar to what your daughter was going through with I forget the program.
Posse.
Oh my goodness. And you were just there, and I'm here, and is Gabriel here? And and helping each other out. So it's not just the teachers that support the kids, it's everybody that's around them, administration, people in the office, we have Mr. Ortiz, Ms. Lopez, like there's just so many people that pull together to help them in their journey. And it's what you said, I am too very grateful, because it opened doors for Gabriel, even the approval of his project with the sovereignty farming that he brought to the school. Had it not been because of the administration that we have that was so open and supportive to be able to accept that and hear him out. You want to bring sovereignty farming to our school? That's amazing. So how do you want to do this? And they heard him out and they approved that, and it's exactly what helped open doors for him to get into college as well, because he based his essay around this. So I just think, honestly, it's been such an amazing, and I get emotional thinking about it, because I think we are very blessed to be here and to have this school as a support system for our kids.
See, and I don't know if it's hit you guys just yet, but I feel like we don't just lose our children, we lose the 73 seniors that are members of the community, and we've all grown so close to all of them.
Yes.
As teachers, as parents, the random stops during the day, not only of my daughter, but of her close friends and all the other students.
Yes.
That's going to be missed, and every celebration, every fashion show literally screamed my guts out for all of them as if they were mine. So for sure going to miss the class of 2023.
And as senior dean, having them in my classroom in the meetings, or coming in to vent about something when they were emotional. This is something that I already miss it so much, because we do support all of them. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how we connect with the classes that are coming up now.
And not only that, I
them.
think seeing them in the future. I'm so excited about hearing about all the accolades and accomplishments that this senior class will do. I know that they have so much potential and they're so bright, so that's going to be really fun hearing about them. So,
what advice would you give a senior parent now, if you could?
I think we basically touched a little bit of everything. So talk to your child, sit down with your child within the next, not only wait till 11th grade, start as of 9th grade, tapping into their head and seeing what really makes them, their hearts tick and what gives them passion. So that when you get to 12th grade, also enjoy every moment, ask questions, sit down with them at home because the time goes by so very
Really
quickly.
fast.
I have a picture of Alyssa in pre-K, and that feels like yesterday. I remember the precise moment of dropping her off at the school, and here we are, tomorrow's graduation.
Okay.
So tomorrow's graduation, I mean, enjoy every moment and listen to, sit down and listen to your child and be there for them. So, Leah?
Well, I have a couple of photos of Eliana. One of them is that's when they have the breakfast
Yeah.
They're
very
senior
recently.
breakfast.
And then I have her with the hurricane, our mascot. And then there's another one in the musical that they did with there in the roof.
That was such a great musical.
It was a great musical.
Amazing.
A great musical.
And Leah, your advice for senior parents or St. John School parents?
So I agree with you. Enjoy the moment. Every moment counts. And second, this is your kid's turn to take decisions, to decide, to make mistakes. It is their turn. Monique?
I think that I think try to keep a balance. Allow them to grow, but don't forget that they're also still young and they still need guidance. So sometimes I feel that they're left to their own devices too much. But so keeping that eye on them from a distance, but also, like you said, Nissa, talking to them and knowing them and enjoying the moment, but also, allowing them to grow so that they can be who they discover themselves to be.
Agreed. Anything else that you guys would like to share before we go?
No, I think this has been great.
Yes.
We needed to do this sooner.
Yeah, this has definitely been a nice way to end our chapter as high school senior and high school parents. So thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank you again, Staffulty Moms, that we will continue to support ourselves and while this freshman journey is about to begin. Monique Heiser and Lyaned Rivera, thank you so much for spending time with us.
It was a
And to
pleasure.
all our
Thank
St.
you.
John School parents, we leave you with an inspirational quote by Sue Atkins, the parenting coach. There's no such thing as a perfect parent, so just be a real one. For SJSPR Radio and Senior Talk, this is Nissa Cardona. Until next time. Thank you, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.